In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what you need to do to make 2025 the year that you achieve everything you've been working for. Whether it's financial growth, physical growth, or mental growth, this video has the exact blueprint for you to get there. Stay tuned for the last tip, because that's the moneymaker. I'm Jax, and welcome back to the channel. Here I'm documenting my journey in online high ticket sales, whilst also sharing a few valuable tips and tricks that you can implement in your life. So if you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Now in this video, I'm not gonna give you fluff. I'm not gonna give you a motivational speech. I'm going to give you some actual strategies that you can apply into your life and that I've applied into my life personally, and I've seen 100 times ROI from it. Now let's get into it. Tip 1 is all about the morning. Now what do I mean by this? So we need to wake up by 6 a.m. at the latest. So what this does, it gives you a couple hours in the morning for you to deploy towards your goals. So whether that's getting a training session in, whether that's doing some deep work or some deep learning, you have a couple hours in the morning where you can apply that towards your goals and get some uninterrupted time. Aside from getting a head start on anyone else, another aspect that is involved in this tip is not hitting snooze. Because if I don't hit snooze, I make my bed first thing in the morning, that's 2 wins I've just pumped out, and I've only been awake for a few minutes. And the truth is, when you hit snooze in the morning, you're telling yourself that your goals can wait. So get up, no excuses, become an early riser, and you will reap the benefit. Tip 2 is all about focus. Now I don't mean just sitting there on a computer wired, getting the work done. Yeah, don't get me wrong, that's positive. But focus really means cutting out all the distractions. What distractions am I talking about? I'm talking about all the bad friends and all the relationships that don't serve you. I'm talking about the bad habits. So if you're drinking, you're smoking weed, you're masturbating, cut that shit out. Because just like hitting snooze, they're all losses. They waste your time and they're just losses that stack on top of each other. Now going back to your circle, now we all know you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. If you're hanging around with 5 people that don't go and train when they're supposed to train, you're gonna miss some session. But alternatively, if you're around 5 people that are all making money, you're gonna be the 6th moneymaker. If you're around 5 people that are all training, they're all boxers, you're then gonna be the 6th boxer. So you need to focus by cutting out all of the bullshit in your life. Now once you cut it out, then you need to bring back in positive people and positive habits to replace that. So then you can just focus on the positive actions that are in front of you and the positive actions that are in your calendar. On a side note, remember that 90% of New Year's resolutions are finished and have failed by February. So what I tell myself, I know, I get it as well. There's days I don't want to do the work, I don't want to train, I don't want to do sales, but I just do one more day. That's all I tell myself, one more day. And every single day, when I get those feelings of I don't want to do the work that is required, just do one more day. And then what happens there? The whole year's gone past. My whole life has gone past. And I've just followed the same sequence of one more day. Do the work, one more day. Next thing you know, lifetime's gone past and you've accomplished what you want to accomplish. So tip 3, put simply, is changing your environment. Me personally, I'm moving to Koh Samui mid-year, so mid-2025. So I can get away from everything over here and I can just lock in for 6-12 months in a new location. And also if you look at my setup as well, I've changed it all. So I'll constantly want to be elevating myself to that next level and doing what top performers do. So it's all about getting that exposure. So you move cities, you move countries, you upgrade the things in your life, you're constantly getting exposure to that next level. And your standards raise and you won't accept anything that is below those standards. Now tip 4 is all about training. So I believe that the average man should be doing 3 gym sessions per week. 1 push, 1 pull, and 1 leg. And they should also be doing 3 fighting sessions per week to stay sharp and so they can hold their own. My schedule is a little bit different, a little bit more extreme you could say, as I am training for a fight. But at least train daily as a man, and then Sundays, throw in a recovery session. Treat your body, go to a sauna, go do some ice baths, do some hot pools, get a massage, make your body feel rejuvenated. So when you enter that week, you're on point and you can do another 6 sessions. And just remember as well, when you're disciplined in one aspect of your life, being your physical side of things, that translates to everything else. It's one of the superpowers. Tip 5 is all about the diet and what you consume so you are set up for success. So me personally, I don't have my first meal till around 11 to 12 p.m. And that's just a quick protein smoothie. So pretty much I'm completely empty, aside from a protein smoothie, until 3 to 4 p.m. when I have my first main meal of the day. That meal consists of a large steak, 4 eggs, some raw onion, and a bunch of fruit. And then for dinner after training, I'll have a little bit of fruit, nothing too crazy, as I don't want to make my body digest all the food, all of the meat, which takes anywhere from 6 to 10 hours to break down in your body, whilst I'm sleeping. I want to make sure it's just some fruit, takes 1 to 2 hours to break down, then my body can put its energy whilst it's sleeping at night to recover and prepare myself for the next day, rather than breaking down food. So in the mornings, that's when I get my best work done. So the majority of my day, I don't have anything in my stomach and I'm empty. That's when I can focus. And also, don't wait until the weekend to start on Monday, to start that new training program, to start that new diet. Get pissed that you're not where you want to be and start it now. Start it today. Tip 6 is all about auditing your time and using a calendar. Everyone's got the same 24 hours in a day, but it's all about how much you can get out of that time. How much juice you can squeeze out of it will determine your success. So you need to start auditing your time to see where it goes and see where it's spent. Not to mention you should have every hour of the day accounted for and time blocked. That's a given, we already talk about this on this channel. Then every Sunday for 30 minutes, spend some time booking all your appointments for the following week, booking all the calls that you need to book in that Sunday 30-minute period, but also take a quick glance over the past week on your calendar, see where your time was spent. Ask yourself, is that aligning towards my goals? If not, how can you recalibrate that and make sure you go into the following week that you start getting more out of your time? Doing this really allows you to see how much time is spent on just irrelevant shit. And remember, once you start tracking your time, you'll be shocked at how much more you can accomplish when you're intentional with the most valuable resource on earth. Now the last one, tip 7, is what you've all been waiting for. This is the money making tip. So you need to focus a full year on one skill, whether that's sales, whether that's copywriting or another skill. You just need to lock in for 12 months, focus on that, nothing else. I chose sales and in 6 months, I got a 10.7K per month online. So 80% of your working time, so time minus your sleep, minus your learning, minus your training, should be spent on that one skill, but at least 80%. Me, that's what I did with sales. So that includes all of the training calls, doing the school community group learning, doing all of the call reviews, and then of course, all the time spent on the phone and spent on the computer, actually doing the thing being sales. If you take one thing away from this video, it is to keep the main thing the main thing. A lot of people like to diversify when they're starting, because I believe that the average millionaire has, I think it's 7 to 9 income streams, but that's once they're a millionaire. On the way up, you need to focus on one thing, all of your intention, because there's such a gap from other people that are actually crushing it in that game. So you need to put all of your focus on one skill, level that up, and then once you're up there at a satisfactory level, you can start looking at some other things. I'm not even at that point yet, to be transparent. So those are the 7 tips to actually make 2025 a year full of success for yourself. Now, if you enjoyed this video, the video popping up on screen now shows you exactly how I went from 0 to 10.7K per month with high ticket sales.